Right, so it's basically recording, and I have got some videos to upload, which I will do that as and when, but I thought I'd do this video because it's coming up, well, not too far off until Christmas time, and it's something that maybe a lot of people do on YouTube. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes, they'll do vlogs where they talk about what they got for Christmas. Now, I may well do that, but really, when it comes to Christmas for me, and particularly birthday, I'm not very easy to buy for because basically, usually I just want CDs and records and that. But if it's away from CDs and records, then I don't mind a book. If you know what sort of books I like, what books I don't own, things like that. I don't mind a t-shirt, a music t-shirt, or possibly a football shirt. If you know what football team I support, that kind of thing. So sometimes you can get little bits like that. You can sort of find something connecting with football and darts and little bits to do with music that you can buy me. Like somebody might buy me some Northern Soul coasters, or they might buy me a mug or something like that. Fair enough. I would basically have that, and that would be something somebody could buy me. But usually I prefer CDs and records, or if people want to give me something, they just give me the money, then I can use it myself. Because the reason for me is that CDs and records, to me, it's my collection. It's my passion. That is one of the reasons why I like to have them for Christmas. And usually, as I've said, every year I know what I'm getting. When it comes to CDs and records, and I could say DVDs as well. If you know that I haven't got a certain DVD, a music one, or it could be a particular type of film that I might be into, then yeah, you can get me one of them, or a comedy program that I like, or something like it. Then yeah, that also can be bought. But the reason for me, usually, that I know what I'm getting is because when it comes to CDs and records, my mum doesn't know what I've got. That's the whole point. And so the whole idea is that a lot of times I will have CDs and records that I know what I'm getting. Personally, because I've got to buy them, but they've got to also come out at the time. Um, they're not a lot of old CDs because usually at Christmas time, the run up to Christmas, you do get all these new albums that come out and things, and basically that's something that comes out, and I normally have a list. I normally write down some that my dad would like, specifically some that I would like, and I write them down on a list, and hopefully whatever is on that list, I want them. Whether it's a Radio 1 live lounge, or whether it's a studio album by someone like, I don't know, all kinds of music anyway. I just can't think at the moment of what they could be, because Shania Twain, I could say that, but he was out many, many weeks ago, and that's already been bought. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I get CDs and records every year, because it's what I collect and what I want, or I get money and then I can buy it and that. Older stuff can be bought, like CDs and records. That's not a problem. Often there are stuff on Amazon cheap, and sometimes there might be a box set of something. Um, and that is something I think is important to think about. So usually I know what I'm getting, so it's not always one of those things that there's the odd time when I'll say that something's come out, like a DVD or a book, or it could be basically a CD, and I'm thinking to myself, I haven't got it yet, and I haven't got it when it comes to Christmas Day. I still want it, but I might have got it in. I might have got it. I might be opening it and not knowing that my mum bought it on the side. Mum and dad probably gone out and bought it and not told me and kept it for me. And basically, but most of the time I do get to know what they are. But one of the interesting, well, not very interesting, but one of the things that also happens is sometimes I don't give my mum and dad the CDs that I buy, and I will always say many many weeks later, what CD did you have for Christmas? Like, because the reason for this is because I put them somewhere. Because either A, they go on my radio show. Sometimes I like to play them on my radio show. So if I'm doing a radio show and they're usable on there, or sometimes I like to play them. Or basically, I put them onto my iTunes, so they can go on my iTunes, and if I want to put them on my iPod, I can do, or I test them out, you know, see what they're like by putting them onto iTunes. And also, I have to show my friend. I do a radio show, and also go and see my friend on his radio show. So I often tend to want to show him what I bought. So, but there is a point that sometimes, you know, if I know what CDs I'm getting for Christmas, I can say to Mum, I'll put them on my iTunes. I've showed my friend, and then you can have them back. She'll put them in a bag somewhere, and then on Christmas Day, they basically are what I've got. So I don't open that many presents on Christmas Day. Usually there's 4 or 5. There's a couple of bits that I get from friends and family if they send me anything that needs opening and that. And there might be odd bits like clothing bits like pants and socks or whatever, or whether somebody's giving me some chocolate and I have to open them obviously because I know that I'm not getting these, and I open them. And there will always be the odd one that I think, oh, I didn't know I was getting this, and that's opened up. So 5 or 6, whatever presents, you know, 7 or 8, I would say up to about 10 things probably get opened by myself on Christmas Day, as well as the fact that I've got a bag full of, say, 7 or 8 CDs, because they were the ones that I was getting for Christmas and I already know about them. When I usually buy something for my dad, and he normally has CDs or records, but the hardest thing is buying for my dad, because it's not about not knowing what he likes, but it's the fact that I like to get the CD or the record. It comes in the post, and I just easily want to blurt it out because I'm so excited about it. It's something that I like just as much as my dad, and I'll be thinking, Dad, guess what CDs come in the post? But I have to think to myself, I can't do that because it's supposed to be for his Christmas. He's not supposed to know. I don't want him to think that he's going to get something for Christmas and he already knows what it is. So I've been fortunate enough and quite well enough that this time I've got him. And my mum got him a few things that I've ordered on the internet based on music, specifically Motown, which he has no idea he's getting. Brilliant. So it's going to be great. He's going to be expecting something at Christmas and thinking, oh, I didn't know I was getting these. Very exciting. But that's the reason for when it comes to Christmas, you know, why I get CDs and records, because what I collect, and I like to get some new CDs and that, because my mum sometimes says, why do I buy old CDs when I could be buying new stuff and things like that? But I buy both, basically. I like all kinds of music, as people may well know, so when it comes to buying new CDs, whether it's for myself or even for my dad that I have on a list, they're all kinds of music, like stuff like Shane Ritchie and Shania Twain and Aha and Feeder and Gregory Porter and Bradley Walsh and the Radio 1 Live Lounge and Steps and obviously Stereophonics and Fatboy Slim and things like The Fizz, and I would say Marilyn Manson and trying to think U2 and so and so. So basically, if you think about all them, they've all been, and obviously the Radio 1 Live Lounge, Radio 2 The Piano Room, there's obviously going to be the Now album. So all them artists that I just said, and that, they're CDs that likely, I hope, oh, and Paul Van Dyke, you can say him as well, that I hope to get for Christmas, or my dad will hopefully have for Christmas. Oh, Roy Orbison in there as well, and Paloma Faith goes in there as well. And if you think about it, all these CDs that we hope to get that are new, that we hope to have on our list, it's brilliant because they're all kinds of different music and it's what we like. All different types of music. Oh, and Derek Ryan as well, so another one. So, yeah, that's interesting, I think, to say the least. But yeah, that's one of the things that basically normally happens. I'm more like talked about this before about what I get for Christmas and things, but this is just the basic CDs and records, you know, lovely to get them at Christmas if possible. Preferably some of the new albums I do like to buy on vinyl record if possible, but if not, they just have to come on CD because CDs are cheaper. if you're going to pay £10 for a CD, that is cheaper than, say, £16 for a vinyl. Unless it's a vinyl record that I really want. Anyway, I'll leave it there. And got more videos to do another day, so bye for now.